Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kelly Gaskell. I see we're joined by our panelists and also our admissions coordinator, Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
Doing well, thank you. I'm a little bright here with the window in front of me, but
Great. And I also would like to welcome our panelists. I see that Erica Lee is there. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Kelly. Sorry, I don't have my video on yet. I'm still in my car. I'm driving back from Rosebud right now.
Oh, wow. You guys, did you get a lot of rain out there today?
It was like a steady drizzle. It wasn't pouring, so that was good.
Okay, good. And I'd like to welcome Alexander. Alex, I see you're online as well.
Yes, hello all. Hello. Blessed. Good day to you all.
Thank you for joining us. And then do we have our two current students online? We're looking for Randall and Courtney, our alum. They should be joining us shortly. Well, I would like to officially welcome all of our guests today to our semi-annual alum and current student Q&A. It's an opportunity for you as potential students to meet our alum and current students and just have an informal conversation. Hi, Courtney, welcome. So I'd like to get started by introducing our panelists. I'll begin with Erica McNenia. So Erica is our class of 2015 alum, and her concentration was sustainable tourism. And then we are also joined by Courtney Wright. Hi, Courtney. Courtney is a class of 2021 graduate, and her focus and concentration was on sustainability policy. And then for our current students, we're joined by Alex Panton, who is a sustainable energy concentration student. And we will be joined later by Randall Hooker. He is a sustainable business concentration student. So that rounds out our four panelists. And what we'd like to do today is our format is 45 minutes. And what we would like to do is to first ask a couple questions of our panelists. And then I will open up the floor to any type of Q&A, any questions that our guests that you are joining us today might have for our panelists. And then I will turn it over to Jamie, and she will give a brief overview of our admissions and academics, and then she will also open up to any Q&A questions that you might have. Does that sound good, everybody? Okay, well, great. So I'll start with Erica. Erica, could you please tell us in just a minute or two about your current career and what it is that you are working on or with?
Sure. Hi. So I graduated in 2015 in December, and I have focused a lot on agricultural sustainability. I worked in restaurants for a long time and became very passionate about food waste and ways to reduce food waste. And then I was reading something that also talked about cotton agriculture. And then I started on a sustainable fashion kick. Sorry for the background noise. Because, there's so much pesticide use and unsustainability in our agricultural system, and especially in our clothing system and textiles. So I worked in sustainable fashion, and currently I am working on a textile composting project as a waste management solution, as a climate solution. Soil is one of our biggest carbon sinks outside of our oceans and treetops. and it's economic development to recycle more and figure out ways to reuse our waste, because I think reusing our waste is really the next frontier in sustainability. The most sustainable thing is what already exists, and we've created a lot of things at this point that we can reuse, and clothing is one of the biggest items in that category. So that is my brief introduction.
Thank you, Erica. Appreciate it. Courtney, would you like to say a few words?
Using my headphones, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Thank you.
So my name is Courtney. I graduated in August of 2021. So currently I work for the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council, which is a policy neutral planning council in the Tampa Bay area, and they work with all the different municipalities and counties that are in the Tampa Bay region. Currently, some of the stuff I am working on is I'm overviewing the Regional Resiliency Action Plan. The Regional Resiliency Action Plan is something that the region is coming together, and they're putting in policies, or they're implementing actions that they can do for more sustainable initiatives for everybody in the counties and the cities. So we're looking at me and Dr. Brooke Hansen, who is the one of the directors for tourism, where we're looking at the Regional Resiliency Action Plan and implementing the United Nations SDGs.
Courtney, you've gone mute. So the last thing that we heard was about you working with Dr. Brooke Hansen.
Okay, so we're I was muted. Sorry about that. So we're working on implementing the SDGs, Lead for Cities, and Envision into the plan, into the Regional Resiliency Action Plan. I'm also working with them on the Safe Shelters project through the city of Tampa right now, where we're looking at GIS mapping, and we're trying to implement. We're trying to look at the way that sea level rise is going to affect our current shelters in the Tampa Bay region, and how we can find new ones or implement new ways of doing it. We were just actually on a 3-hour workshop right before this, talking with all of the emergency planning workers in the area. So that's what I've been doing.
Kelly, you're muted.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Courtney. I'm sure that you stay super busy, and it's such an impactful project that you're working on. So thank you for sharing that. I'd also like to now introduce Alexander Panton, who is one of our current students, and he is in sustainable energy. So Alex, can you tell us a little bit about what you're currently doing in the college?
Yeah, sure. So this would be my second semester in PCGS, and I have a solid background in engineering and solar energy with Tesla. I worked for about 3 years doing solar installations for Tesla, so I have a solid background in that. But as I went through PCGS, especially Dr. Philippides, he really opened my eyes to various other forms of energy, such as, biomass and algae. And so I'm really looking into those different things. And, currently for my ACE research project proposal, I'm researching different ways that we could generate wind energy in urban areas, because right now there's not much market for that, because wind has to be in open rural areas. It takes a long time to transmit the energy to where it's actually needed. So I'm just looking into various forms of technology and how we can better get that done.
Well, thank you, Alex. That sounds also very intriguing and impactful work as well in sustainable energy. Well, that is our 3 panelists for this afternoon. I would next like to ask Erica if she would share a little bit about her exciting internship, or what we call academic capstone experience when she was at the college?
Sure. When I was a student, I had the really amazing opportunity to do my thesis project, or ACE, with the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization. And I went down to Lima, Peru for 6 months. And I worked in a school with some students on a food security issue. So we implemented a school garden, and I created an 8-week curriculum, and I taught the kids about seed harvesting and reusing found objects as planters, like water bottles. You can cut them in half as seed starters. And then we composted, of course. I love compost. Compost is my main platform, I would say. And so we composted a lot and taught them about food sustainability, and especially because Lima is on the coast of Peru. So I talked to them about the importance of reducing their waste so it doesn't flow into the ocean, because they eat a lot of seafood, especially in Lima. So, our plastic goes into the ocean, the fish eat the plastic, we eat the fish. And it was a real light bulb moment for them to have that linear chain that they could follow and understand. Sorry, my cat wants to be a part of the group as well. And yeah, so I went to a lot of workshops. The point of my project was to create more intersectoral and interinstitutional collaboration within the different entities in Peru. So different government agencies that also work with non-government agencies like the United Nations. So creating a curriculum that can be shared with other schools of similar size, demographics, what have you.
Thank you, Erica. And Courtney, would you like to share a little bit about your internship experience?
Absolutely. Actually, my internship experience was with the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council. So working with them, and ended up turning into getting a part-time job with them and working with them. So it was really nice to be able to be introduced to it. My internship, I really started working on the Regional Resiliency Action Plan, which is what I've continually worked on for the past, it's been almost a year, started in May. So I've been working with them for quite some time now. And then I also did survey development for the REACH project, which was more about housing and understanding sea level rise and the housing in our communities. So that's going to be really impactful when we really get the data and the GIS mapping and information for that as well. So it was a really good experience. Obviously, it's impacted a lot of things I've been doing for the past year.
Excellent, thank you. And a question for Alex, what are you hoping to do for your internship?
Well, so for my internship, in pretty much all of my classes, there have been references to NREL, the National Renewable Energy Laboratory. So I've been hoping to maybe get an in there with Dr. Filipides. He said it was going to be tough, but I'm still going to try anyway, because why not? And then also, Tesla is also an avenue that I could get back into, but I kind of want to expand my horizons and get out of my comfort zone a little bit. So as far as other companies I'm looking at, there's lots of wind energy companies, lots of offshore wind projects coming down for the East Coast that are soon to happen. So I'm hoping to maybe get my hands on one of those, but, fingers crossed on that.
Wonderful, and we may soon have an alum within NREL, so you can chat with me later offhand about our alum who is currently being considered for an NREL position.
Sounds good. Sounds perfect. Thank you.
Sure. All right, and then my next question for Erica would be, what did you like most about your PCGS experience?
I really enjoyed the networking with the other students, learning from different backgrounds, learning from not only my professors, but from my students as well. I love the global aspect of the Patel College, to learn from so many different students from so many different backgrounds and experiences. That was really an invaluable learning experience, I think. And to continue to work with the students now with my compost project, I am mentoring some students, and I continue to learn from them as well, because we have different backgrounds. So some of my mentees teach me things that I didn't know about. So really just the opportunity to collaborate in so many different ways and to continue that collaboration still.
Thank you, Erica. What about you, Courtney? What were some of your more memorable experiences?
I would say it's more so the end of it. My experience obviously started in the beginning of 2020, so it was really the shift of going online was very interesting for me. But I would say once we were able to get out there, it was the ability to have the hands-on experience. I was able to participate in projects at Rosebud with my other fellow students, and they're so knowledgeable about things that I would never have thought of, or they can always come up with such interesting ideas, and everybody comes from such different backgrounds that you really do learn a lot from everybody else around you. And it's also working with your professors directly. They all want to work with you. They all want you to have your hands-on experience and get as much in as you are, as much stuff as you can get in while you're with us or with them. So they really give you the opportunity of hey, participate in this and do this. And if I didn't participate in certain things, like working with the SDG Action Alliance, I would have never done a sustainability conference and worked on a published paper and all that. So it's really about really getting involved and interacting with everybody, and you can really learn a lot from other people.
Thank you, Courtney. Yes, I would like to comment to our guests today that there are so many hands-on opportunities, as Erica and Courtney had mentioned, for you to work in the field. Projects everywhere from working with local municipalities to working, if you're a business student, you'd work with corporations in the Tampa Bay area, such as Tech Data and Coca-Cola. So that director is Dr. Sharon Hannah West, and I believe that Randall, who has not joined us yet, he is a business student. So hopefully we'll hear from Randall about his current experiences. But there is also an incubator. Did Courtney or Erica, did either of you participate in the incubator by any chance at MUMA?
I don't know if the incubator was there, was established yet.
2015. Oh yeah, okay. So for everyone else, the incubator is an opportunity for you to present a business idea, and it's a competition that's held on campus, and those that are selected as winners are paired with mentors, so corporate mentors that will help you shape your business plan and actually bring your idea to development or to the market. So that's also an opportunity that our college students here can take advantage of. All right, and finally, Alex, did you have any experiences to share so far about what has benefited you at the college to this point?
So I don't have as interesting stories as Courtney and Erica, but I've just been trying to work my projects, trying to make it as real life as possible, as practical as possible, and as simple as possible, so that I can actually tackle them in real life. I haven't had time to actually do full research on it as yet, but I'm really hoping that this summer I'm gonna start doing that. I have been looking into LEED certification as well, so that I could have that certification under my belt. I can actually work buildings, get net zero buildings, carbon zero, buildings, and then, like I said, just continue on the path of energy. I'm trying to find a really good idea for that incubator thing, because I'm really interested in that, and so, excuse me, and so I just working on my solar and my wind so that I could get a solid business idea, get an incubator, and then hopefully transfer that to get a mentor in some kind of corporate situation.
Well, thank you, Alex. And we support you fully with your proposal to the incubator. So let us know how we can help you with that. That would be wonderful. Alex touched on LEED GA certification. So as the director for our student development and alumni relations, our college offers professional certification workshops for all students. So you're all eligible. So typically these are in the springtime, and our students will register for the LEED GA workshops, or also this semester we're offering Envision, which is for the built environment. So both of these workshops, students will sign up, and then after completion, they receive a Dean's Scholarship that will help pay for the costs of registration. So I definitely encourage all of our students to consider LEED GA or Envision, and we hope to add some more workshops here in the near future. So that's all for your professional development within the college. So and it also helps with your marketability once you start approaching graduation and you're looking for jobs. Employers are very keen to those applicants who have the LEED GA background and the Envision background. So it's a highly marketable skill. So thank you for that for our panelists. I would like to open it up to the floor now for any questions that our participants may have. And if you would kindly introduce yourself and maybe share with us where you're from. Any questions?
Hi, good day. My name is Nanik Singh Castillero. I'm from Panama City, Panama in Central America. I'm really glad to participate today in this webinar. Yes, I have a question. If you could provide maybe like links to the Envision program so I can in advance read a little bit about it, and so when I start at USF, I have a little bit more background on what is expected from those programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. You kind of faded in and out, but I believe you asked for certain links for, was it the incubator?
Yes, exactly, about the incubators. I think those are the Envision program that you mentioned.
Yes, okay, so our workshops, yes, we certainly can do that for you.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry about the background noise or the irregularity of the transmission. Thank
It's
you.
okay, you're in Panama, we understand.
Yeah, just around the corner.
My goodness, okay, well, welcome and thank you for joining us. I see someone has their hand raised. Go ahead, please.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Opie from Nigeria. Can you hear me? Okay, so I'm looking at specializing in this sustainable energy. So I wanted to ask, like, with someone with a business background like me, because I have a first degree in economics and my second degree was in energy finance. Like, how technical is sustainable energy? Do I need some technical background to be able to partake in the program successfully? That's what I would like to know.
Okay, again, it was a little bit garbled, the transmission. So what was your primary question, please? I heard that you had an economics undergrad, but after that, I didn't hear your question clearly.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. My question was, I was asking how do I need a lot of technical background to be able to do sustainable energy successfully? Because I had like a business background, energy, finance, and economics in my first and second degrees. So that was my question.
Okay, well, I'd like to open it to our panelists if any of you three would like to respond to that question first about your background coming into the program.
Yeah, sure, I'll take that one. So I did have a strong technological and engineering background, but I will say that it's definitely not needed. Most of the work in energy so far that I've done has been mainly conceptual. There's a few calculations here and there, but it's really broken down very simply, and we don't really get into hugely technological aspects such as electrical stuff or mechanical stuff. It's just we're just trying to learn like the basics for sustainability. So I definitely would not worry about that if I were you. Economics background is definitely more important as far as the courses that I've taken so far.
Thank you very much. That's such a relief. Thank you very much.
And Erica, would you share what your background was coming into the program?
Sure. My background was in theater, actually. My dad was in theater, and I used to do stand-up comedy, believe it or not, before I changed careers and want to compost everything. I did not, yeah, I come from an arts background. So I think the program, like Alexander said, is more conceptual, more frameworks, not so much like nitty gritty in the technical side of things, but understanding, you know, broadly speaking, and then how it fits into certain smaller umbrellas.
Thank you. Thank you, Erica. And Courtney, did you have any comments on your background coming into the college?
Yeah, well, my undergrad was actually just in general biology. So I was thinking about going to vet school, but I changed my mind when I really was I was learning more about conservation than sustainability. And then I was like, I was leaning more towards like sustainability. I was like, I really want to learn more about it. And so like going into here, I was able to get more of the, like everyone says, more conceptual understanding, and I know more about it than I learned before. And I think it was a really good like learn more in.
Thank you to our panelists for sharing their backgrounds. Do we have any other questions from our participants as far as the experiences our panelists have had at the college? Don't be shy.
Hi there.
Hi.
I have a question. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, who are we speaking with?
So my name is Will McMahon. Very happy to be here. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. And my question is, I work full-time for the Department of Environmental Protection. I just wanted to know if any of the panelists had any experience taking classes virtually. Are there any advantages, disadvantages, anything I should know in particular? Thank you all very much. I appreciate this.
Thank you, Will. Panelists, any comments?
I can comment on this. Most of my classes were virtual. I did do a couple in person when I was able to, but majority of my classes were virtual. I did work full-time as well for most of Patel. So I would say I wouldn't say it's a bad thing because you are getting as much as the like in-person classes. So I know that one of the in-person classes, we did a large project, but we weren't like kept out of it. We were actually like supplementing it as well. So we were still able to participate. One of my things is just like try to reach out and try to be as active as you can. So you can still get those experiences that are offered because you can still do a lot of things, but from where you are. I know a lot of people, like the SPG Action Alliance, a lot of us do virtual, like we meet virtually every 2 weeks everyone's doing their own project, but we all are like collaborating together or doing things together. So it's just really about reaching out, and if you want to participate in something, then you still have the option to do it.
Thank you, Courtney. Do you have anything else to add, Erica?
I did most of my classes in person. I did take a few online. When I was a student, we also had a handful of students who were only online. And I think the professors did a good job of pairing some of the in-person students with online students to make sure everyone got that everyone knew each other, and we were all working on the same project at the same time. So I think, and I was a student like way before the pandemic and everyone went virtual. So yeah, I don't know. I think it was a good mix, a good balance. I don't know. My experience was mostly in person though, in-person classes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you to our panelists. And now I would love to turn it over to Jamie, and she'll do a brief overview on admissions and also take questions. Jamie?
Hi, everyone. So my name is Jamie Schmiel. My last name is spelled with a C, so it's a little, people have a difficulty with my last name, but I'm the Academic Services Administrator. So my role in the program is I've actually worked with many of you so far as far as assisting you with applying to the program. And then I'm also the academic advisor in the program. And then I'm also the internship coordinator. So we're a small college. That means all of us wear many hats. Right now our program, we have the Master of Arts and the Master of Science, and they're both 36 credits. You all through the Masters of Arts and the Master of Science, you both share the same 4 core courses. And then based on the concentration you choose, we'll decide whether you're in the Master of Arts or the Master of Science. And you'll take 3 courses in that concentration that you choose. And then you'll take 3 credits or 3 courses in electives, which can be taken from any other concentration, or even if there's perhaps a business course that you're interested in or a GIS course that you're interested in, you can choose those for electives. And then you'll do your final project, which will be in your last semester, where you do an internship or a research project. So most of our students choose an internship, and we have over 70 partners in the Tampa Bay area and some beyond, where we reach out to them every semester, and we have more partners with looking for interns than we have interns to provide. So students typically do not have an issue finding an internship. For students that are, some of you have mentioned that you're already full-time, and we have some students who are also mid-career that really don't need an internship, or those that are maybe seeking a PhD. The research project is a great alternative to the internship, where perhaps you can do research on the work that you're currently doing at your position, or on-site research, or you can do a literature review type research. We have, our student population is very diverse. Before the pandemic, we were 35% international students. So those, I know we have a handful of international students here on the line, and you won't be alone in being an international student. For spring, 60% of our applicants were international. We have students from diverse backgrounds, as you saw. Erica has background in the arts. We have students with engineering backgrounds. We have students with psychology backgrounds. We're an interdisciplinary program, and we don't like we like to accommodate students from all different backgrounds to go into sustainability, because sustainability reaches all different areas. Any position, any career can have a sustainability aspect to it. So from now until you apply, you get admitted, you do your internship, everything from now until academics, through your entire academics until you graduate, is me. Anytime you're interested in talking about what you're going to do after you graduate will be Kelly. And I do encourage you to meet with her from your first semester throughout, to talk about what your career aspirations are and how she can assist you with getting the experiences that you need. If anyone has any questions specifically about the admissions process, about logistical issues, academics, registration, university resources, feel free to go ahead and ask now. And you can also ask in the chat if you don't feel like speaking up. Nanik, go ahead.
Hi, yes. How are you, Jamie?
I'm good. How are you? Good to hear from you. I'm glad you're here.
Yes, yes. Thank you for your time. Jamie, as you requested, I uploaded the English proficiency test to the website. So I was just wondering how long it would take to finally conclude the review with the new information that I submitted a couple of days ago. That is my only question. So for the rest, I'm pretty much clear with your explanations. Thank you.
Sure. When you upload something to your application, it doesn't get seen by the admissions department until the following day. So I imagine your English proficiency exam review will be completed probably by tomorrow. And then you can get your official admission.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. I see Austin had a question about the statement of purpose and the number of words. Typically, what I see is 1 to 2 pages. We're not very strict about the number of words, so it really doesn't matter if it's 350 or 500 words. Some are only a page. A half a page is too short. So you're looking around 1 page to 1.5 to 2 pages, talking a little bit about your academic or professional background. You want to talk about your interest in the concentration that you're applying to, and then you want to discuss a little bit about what your career goals are when you complete the program. Any other questions? You're welcome, Austin. So I can see some of you are also not from Florida. So Tampa is an excellent location. The weather is fantastic. A little hot in the summer, but the rest of the year it's very temperate or warm. There's a lot going on in the Tampa area, and as far as sustainability is concerned, if you want to get involved with the community, there are many, many opportunities. A few of our panelists have discussed Rosebud Continuum, which is a research park that is affiliated with our college, where one of our faculty members resides. And they have 3D printing, they have microscopes to analyze soil from composting, plastic shredders, hydroponics, aquaponics, a food forest, different greenhouses, and solar energy carts and solar energy panels. And so I would encourage, I know Erica said that she was there today. If you want to discuss a little bit about your experiences at Rosebud and how you got involved there, that would be appreciated.
Sure. So well, she just graduated in December, but one of the other alums, now alum, then she was a student, reached out to me. She told one of the professors that she was interested in doing a project on sustainable fashion. So the professor connected the student and I told her what I was doing and what I was needing. And I needed some space. I needed some land at that time to do this composting project. And she recommended Rosebud. So I submitted a proposal. Rosebud accepted it. And I've been working at Rosebud and working on this composting project, composting clothes, composting textiles, because the average American throws away 82 pounds of clothing a year, or roughly 35 kilograms, for 17 billion pounds of textiles going to landfill annually, or roughly 8 billion kilograms of textiles going to landfill annually. And it's leaching toxins into the soil, air, and groundwater. So with this textile composting project, we are looking to reduce this incredible waste stream. In Panama, I don't know if Nigeria gets, I'm sure all the countries in Africa probably receive a lot of American donations. I know a lot of it goes to East Africa. So we're looking to reduce our textile waste. And anyway, now she's an alum as well, but got me reconnected with Rosebud. It's huge. The farm is huge. It's a really nice space. There's lots of trees. It's really beautiful. There's goats, there's a pig, there's the animal husbandry, and the greenhouse and aquaponics. And I've learned a lot by being surrounded by students again. And I want to go back for my PhD now. But it's really just, I learn something new every week at Rosebud. There's always something to learn there with all the different projects and all the different opportunities to get involved. There's so many different projects to be able to get involved with. And it's a very hands-on learning center.
Courtney or Alexander, do you have any experiences at Rosebud?
Did do some stuff there. We helped refurbish the garden towers. Me and Sheila, I know she might still be a student. I'm pretty sure she's graduating soon. Me, her, and a couple of other students that are graduated, we all just kind of helped clean them out, refurbish them. We actually got a lot of it to grow, so it was really fun. I also helped do a couple of other things there. I helped put together the 3D modeling thing, but a lot of my work was doing the tower, so that was fun. Learning how to do that and seeing everything behind it.
So Holly asked if we plan on offering a PhD program. We do, but there's a lengthy process within higher education, from proposal to implementation. So we will be proposing soon to have a PhD program. But I would imagine it will take 3 to 5 years to go from proposal to implementation. So look out in a few years, and hopefully we'll have. Then we had another question about the English proficiency waiver, and perhaps I can assist the student specifically. Yeah, questions about if your transcripts arrived or your English equivalency waivers should go to grad admissions at usf.edu. And I just put that in the chat, and they process all of the English proficiency exams, and they process your transcripts. So that's not something that I handle. Any other questions?
Thank you, Jamie, and thank you to all our participants. Our time is over for this session. However, please feel free to reach out to us afterwards if we can be of any assistance to you. We're looking forward to many of you joining us in the fall. Please be on the lookout for our messaging referencing scholarships for the new year. We'll have 3 different scholarships that we'll be offering. The first one is the Amy and Michael Drake Scholarship. The second one is our LAC Scholarship, and that is for students from Latin American and Caribbean countries. And the third is our Peace Corps Scholarship. So if you're a former Peace Corps volunteer, that would apply to you. So once again, I want to thank our panelists, Erica, Courtney, and Alex. And I look forward to hearing from you all. And thank you, Jamie, for joining us as well. Have a great day, everybody.
Of course, and I've put my email and Kelly's email in the chat if you need that. And it's also available on our website.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.